Here we are back for our second round of the Ask the Expert series, answering questions that the community has around all things in home care services. We get so many questions every day, and here's this venue that we're using is this video podcast series to hopefully answer those questions that you have on your mind. And today I'm happy to have Ann Crumley here with us. Ann is our community liaison. Welcome to Ask the Expert series, Ann.
Thank you, Ben.
Glad to have you here.
Thank you.
Yeah, so it's wonderful. So Ann works with our community. She's out working with clients, prospect clients, referral partners, everyone just trying to help people navigate their care needs. And one of the questions I know that often comes up revolves around long-term care insurance. How do I activate my policy? How do I handle elimination periods? So it'd be great if you give us a little information. But first, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you do? I guess maybe I've already said it, but maybe there's some other things that you want to add to that.
Well, primarily I work with clients, potential clients or current clients, to find ways to help pay for home care. So there's a lot of creative ways that we can look at, and maybe you have resources that you don't even know you have, and we can look at all those things to try to make that happen, make it affordable.
Sounds great. Why don't you tell us a little bit about some of the pitfalls or some of the challenges that people have when they're dealing with their long-term care policy?
Okay. A lot of people find it very confusing reading their policy, very difficult to fill out the claim paperwork and try to decipher what some of the terms mean, what the insurance company is really asking. So being able to try to navigate the actual claims process. Another thing that we often find is clients are having trouble getting through their elimination period. An elimination period is kind of like a time deductible for your insurance. It's a period of time that you already have activated your policy and are having to get through that on a self-pay basis before benefits begin. And really another area is when to activate your policy.
That was a question. When should someone activate their in-home care policy?
The short answer to that is as soon as possible, as soon as they become eligible. Sometimes we find clients that save up their benefits, that delay in activating their policy. And for the most part, not always, but for the most part, that strategy will cost you more money because you're getting through your elimination period at a time where care may cost more. So getting through that early and then perhaps pausing care or pausing the benefits for a period of time is a better strategy.
So it sounds like you can actually start and stop your benefit. Isn't it kind of like start, here I'm going to open up a policy, I'm going to open up a claim, and I have to go through my full 90 days or 180 days, you can put it on pause. Is that what I'm hearing from you?
You typically have a time frame that you have to get through your elimination period, and then once you're in benefits, you can typically pause it. So you don't have to get through your 90 days elimination period in 90 days. You may have a year or a year and a half to do that. And then once you're past that, then you can stop and start benefits at will. Now, every policy is a little different. I can't say that that's the case for everybody's policy, and that's where analyzing the policy is helpful to determine those things.
And we're going to talk a little bit about at the end of the video of a workshop that we're going to be having.
Yes.
Series to help people gather all their information and work with them one-on-one to help identify their particular issues and their particular policies. But before we get to that, you had mentioned one of the things we were talking about is a strategy on how best to handle that elimination period, because often people find that they have to pay privately. That's generally what elimination is. You got to pay, you got to feel the pain to get the reward at the end. What are just some strategies people can be thinking about to help reduce the cost associated with having to pay for that elimination period?
Well, first we need to look at your individual policy to make sure we use the best strategies. But oftentimes home health is paid by Medicare, and that visit from home health can satisfy one of those days. Again, every policy is slightly different, but that's generally the case. Another thing that we can look at is lower cost home care for the time that you may have less, fewer needs. Might be a good way to satisfy that
So
elimination
maybe
period.
if you started early, you satisfied an elimination period with shorter visits. Maybe
Shorter visits, yes, or less acuity visits. People who are expecting a high degree of skilled care later, they can use their elimination period when care costs less. So, and again, shorter visits. Oftentimes people don't know, our clients don't know that a 1 day of elimination period isn't necessarily 8 hours or 12 hours or 24 hours. 1 day could be 4 hours or 6 hours. So we can schedule it and kind of plan it so that your care needs are a little less in the beginning while you're self-paying for that.
Well, it sounds like there's a lot of different strategies that we can take. We can help guide people towards. So we're having a number of workshops, in-person workshops. We're inviting people to come. Why don't you talk a little bit about what those workshops are going to look like?
Sure. I'm really excited about bringing this to the area. We're going to host workshops on a monthly basis in all 3 of our locations. And that is a chance for people to bring in their long-term care policy. We're going to fill out a worksheet, making it very straightforward and easy for them to understand their policy and even help them with their claims process while they're there. So it's kind of a hands-on workshop and a planning workshop for their long-term care.
Right, everyone to go check out our guide at the bottom of the video, Long-Term Care Insurance Planning Guide. In there, download it. You'll be able to bring that with you to the events that we're going to have, our workshops. And also the information will be, again, at the bottom of the video. You can also reach out if you've got questions by contacting Ann. And your phone number is?
206-946-1241.
Okay, great. So we're going to have webinars in all 3 of our offices, in Bellevue, in Seattle, and in Fife. So check it out again. And we look forward to seeing you in January.